Hello. I decided that I'm going to speak in an old English accent because I feel like it just gives the a vibe of the movie that I saw that I'm doing a review on right now, and I just feel like being silly. So I'm just going to speak like this, and I hope that I give you a pretty good feel of the movie. Although I'm going to be probably telling a lot of detail about it. So if you don't want to know too much about the movie, then I wouldn't watch this review because it's really hard for me to be the descriptive person that I am, but not give too much away at the same time. So just bear with me. Firstly, I'm going to say that this movie succeeded as far as being scary. It was very frightening. It takes a lot to scare me, but I was shaking. My husband was shaking. We were physically shaking. And the whole movie theater was quiet in many parts. It was not of course, you had the young people in the crowd who would giggle at really just not funny parts. They just were being immature, but mostly it was a quiet audience. I'm sorry, that was just hurting my feet. I just relocated over here because I was kneeling down on my feet and it was really starting to hurt. So, okay, I'm going to resume where I was. Oh yes, the guy who played Harry Potter, he was phenomenal. He was able to make you think that he was scared and very nervous, so you were scared with him, but at the same time, he gave off a very courageous type of just he was brave. And even though you could tell he was supposed to be fearful, he was able to approach every sound and every weird shadow and stuff like that. So it was believable. It wasn't like in movies when you're like, oh my gosh, you just saw a ghost. Why are you going to walk up to it? It was, everything had a rhyme and a reason. So it wasn't like there were inconsistencies, because I have no tolerance for inconsistencies in movies. The setting of the movie was a very dreary, kind of like the weather is right now. It was almost like there was a grayish blue tint over, like a hue of a very, just a darkness over the entire film, which gave a really scary mood. There were so many scenes of these neglected antique toys, and there's just something about neglected toys, or neglected anything that belongs to a child, like a neglected old tricycle, or a neglected old little baby outfit, or anything that belongs to a child. When it's neglected and gathers dust and looks broken, it just gives this kind of eerie feeling about it. I don't really know why, but the setting of the movie overall really contributed to the scariness of it. And I know I've probably said the word scary like 500,000 times, but that really is the best adjective right now that my brain is coming up with, because I don't like really speaking on camera, even though I do like speaking on camera, if that makes any sense. Okay, another thing that I really liked about this movie, there was not a barrage of background music, and there was not a ridiculous amount of special effects. I mean, there were some special effects, of course, like when it showed the ghost, which was always very brief, and it was always done in a manner that, how should I put it? It was, like I said, it was very brief, so, a lot of it was in your imagination, and a lot of it was build-up. There are many parts where the main guy is getting looked at very oddly by all of the people in this strange town, but they're not actually saying anything to him. They're just giving him very strange looks, like they're scared of him, which kind of builds up this paranoia. And it was made so well that even though many of the scenes were done with sunlight, with sunshine, it was still very frightening. You know that a movie is genuinely frightening when there can be sunlight and it is still scary. Because, you know, usually in movies they want to throw in the rain and the lightning and the thunder, and they want it to be very dark because then, you know, they don't have to work as hard at making it terrifying for you. But when it's perfectly sunny outside in a scene and it's still very scary, then I think that they've done a very, very good job. Even the skin tones of these people all kind of had this dead, ashy hue to them. And there were many silent moments in the movie. Most of it was just speaking and silence. So you didn't have this music that was, you know, do 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 in the background that was letting you know something was about to happen. And you know, I don't know if you do this, but for me, I would say about halfway in a movie, I can usually kind of predetermine if I like the movie or not. You know, I would say mid-movie, the average person is able to tell if they like it or not. And this was one of those movies where within about 30 minutes, I would say, I was thinking to myself, this is a very good movie. And I am not an easily amused person. And also, like I said about the inconsistencies or lack thereof in this movie's case, everything was explained. Like, even if the reasons were kind of silly, there were reasons. Because I don't like movies where you're like, okay, well, why is this ghost doing these horrible things? What is its intent? Just to scare people? But this one, it was like there was an explained reason, and I liked that because it made it more feasible and it made it more enjoyable for me. It made it more realistic. And like I said, don't watch this review if you haven't seen the movie or if you don't want to know what it is about, like in detail, because I'm about to go into deeper detail. The lady, the woman in black, she is supposed to be somebody who experienced something very traumatic, and I'm not going to say what it was, but it's something that you know, if we lived in a ghostly world, I would probably be doing the same thing she's doing. Well, no, I would not be killing people, but I would be a very bitter person, and I would have the same feelings of jealousy that this woman in black has. So it's very, you can kind of empathize with the evil character in a way, or she's not even really evil in the end. You kind of realize that she's just a very broken person who's also a little bit crazy. But yes, this movie had wonderful detail, from the clothing to the furniture to the setting of the grounds and every building and every plant and every statue. It was just incredible. I hope that this movie review was helpful for you. I hope that you go out, if you like scary movies, see it. If you don't like scary movies, don't see it. This was extremely pleasing. I wanted that adrenaline rush. I wanted to get scared, and it totally achieved all that. I hope that I gave you some insight, but not too much insight, and thank you for watching.
During afternoon tea, there's a shift in the air, a bone-trembling chill that tells you she's there. There are those who believe the whole town is cursed, but the house in the marsh is by far the worst. What she wants is unknown, but she always comes back. The spectre of darkness. The woman in black.